Hello, I'm Vince, and my topic is Cuba's energy crisis. So, what exactly is going on with Cuba? Currently, there is a U.S. blockade blocking imports from coming into the country. Cuba relies on imported oil to generate electricity and other imports such as food and medical imports. This is causing nationwide blackouts and creating harsh conditions for the people of Cuba. What caused this crisis? The U.S. has maintained an embargo on Cuba since 1962 because of Cuba's association with the Soviets in the 60s. Venezuela was a big importer of Cuba, but with the recent events of the president of Venezuela being captured, the U.S. declared a blockade on exports of Venezuelan oil to Cuba. On January 29, 2026, the U.S. imposed additional tariffs on imports into the U.S. from countries that directly or indirectly supplied oil to Cuba, causing companies not to import supplies or deal with Cuba. So why would the U.S. do this? The U.S. wants the regime change in Cuba, so the short answer is that U.S. wants power and control. This is a man-made disaster that can be resolved if the U.S. dropped the blockade. How does this affect the people? The blockade is creating very harsh conditions such as 15-hour daily blackouts, food and water shortages, food spoilage, and little to no healthcare treatment. Without the blackouts, doctors are unable to provide care to the people and even have to cancel surgeries midway through because of the power outages. There are tens of thousands of people who need medical assistance or surgery but are unable to because of these outages. This is also causing huge economic strain. High inflation, fuel prices rising up to $40 a gallon, killing the transportation industry and small businesses. Tourism also plummeted, which has played a big part in Cuba's economy. With a lack of fuel, it is hard to collect trash, so the trash ends up piling up on the street corners. What are the solutions to this problem? One solution could be if the U.S. stops the blockade and allows Cuba to have imports again. But the way things are going, Trump is unlikely to do that. Another solution that Cuba is currently working on is moving to solar energy. Cuba has been investing in solar power and is now accounting for over 20% of total electricity generation. Other ways that we can help is to spread awareness and to donate supplies or money to Cuba while this blockade is still active. It's not a permanent solution, but it will definitely help the people of Cuba. Thank you for listening to my project.